Wow, what a wild ride it has been with Daredevil Born Again. From the highs and lows of Netflix days to Matt Murdock's ever-evolving list of love interest, this season has given us a lot to talk about. Um, with the few exceptions of the main cast that we grew to love from the first three seasons, unfortunately. But today we're going to go ahead and zero down on a character that has sparked a major debate online over the past few weeks, Heather Glen, the therapist. Um, she's become quite a hot topic because of her stance on vigilante and the way she and Matt's relationship has evolved throughout this season. Some fans are actually hyped at the possibility of her potential death in the season finale just because she is anti-vigilante. But I think we need to slow down. There's more going on with Heather than people give her credit for. She's just not some side character. She's a therapist to both Wilson Fisk and Vanessa and the chaotic vigilante turned murderer Muse. That alone puts her in the center of a majority of the intense, serious, and dynamic situations that we've had this season. So she's pivotal in the story, and her stance on anti-vigilantes and her stance on pro-Fisk, it makes sense based on what she's seen and encountered. And then in the last week's episode, Muse actually puts her life in danger. In the chaos of the fight, when Daredevil and Muse are facing off, Heather ends up shooting and killing Muse. She's bleeding out, barely conscious, and even then, and due to that, she does not connect that Matt is Daredevil. So, when we ask why is Heather so anti-vigilantes, the answer is not just philosophical, it's personal, it's layered, it's messy, and honestly, that is what makes her a fascinating character. Hey, it's AK with the Pocket Perspective, breaking down one of my favorite shows of the year so far, Daredevil Born Again. It's not perfect, but man, it's been quite a ride. So let's rewind for a second. Heather, the last time we saw her, she just survived that brutal attack I mentioned beforehand with Muse. And then, the next time she's on screen, she's in a tense argument with Matt, who's unraveling at the weight of his own paranoia in his decision to become Daredevil again. And then Matt's fears kick in hard when Buck, Fisk's right-handed man, shows up at their apartment that he shares with Heather. In that moment, Matt kind of slips into his Daredevil persona, antagonizing Heather, antagonizing Buck. um, and at that point, we are shown that Buck is inviting Heather and guest, aka Matt, to a formal black and white tie event for Mayor Fisk. So now here's the thing. Matt knows Fisk. He's been fighting him for years. He's played this game before and he's lost multiple times. And he knows Kingpin is always 10 steps ahead. So in Matt's eyes, Heather isn't his girlfriend anymore. She's a pawn in a Fisk bigger play. But instead of opening up to Heather, Matt shuts down completely. His fear, his guilt, it poisons everything. He pulls away from her emotionally, just when she needs him most. And then Buck invites them to that black and white dinner, the event for Mayor Fisk. What does Matt do? He bails, storms off, leaves Heather behind, angry, confused, and fed up. Remember, she was just abused and nearly killed by Muse. She was attacked. She has her own trauma. She killed a man. But Matt does not support her. Matt shuts down. From her perspective, her boyfriend is spiraling. Matt won't talk to her, won't trust her. Meanwhile, she's still reeling from the trauma. From killing the man she was supposed to be helping as a therapist. And this is where Heather dropped one of the most devastating truth bombs in the whole series. She called out the mass vigilantes as nothing more than underdeveloped boys playing dress up.
Muse to me.
Not sure you can put Muse and Daredevil in the same category.
I'm not so sure that you can't. There are just these underdeveloped boys hiding behind masks, trying to make it look like something more sophisticated.
It's a pretty dark view. I mean, I think they're completely different animals.
You weren't there, Matt.
No, I know. I'm just saying that the Muse tried to kill you. Daredevil saved you.
I saved me. They were both out there for themselves.
From Muse to Daredevil, all the way back to the bigger MCU, Tony Stark, Spider-Man. Heather sees them for what they are. Men who refuse to confront themselves, hiding behind masks, thinking that their action equals growth. Something that Tony Stark had to literally sacrifice his life to realize. It's harsh, but it's kind of true. The heroes in the MCU rarely grow up, and when they do, they're messed up for life. Look at Thor. Look at Star-Lord. A lot of these guys who did have to grow up, they're not whole, unfortunately. They either die as a symbol or they break under the weight of their own ideals. Look at Daredevil. He pushed Bullseye off of out of the building, the rooftop, going against his number one moral stance. He does not kill, and yet at that point, he broke under the weight of his own ideals. And maybe that's what makes Heather so interesting, that she's not just anti-hero for a reason. This season, surprisingly, gave us a lot of insight on why she would have that mentality. For a character that was barely introduced in this season, she's been she's been in major pivotal areas and events of the show, but she hasn't been all that developed. But the fact that even with that all this development, her motivations are so clear is why I like her as a character, and I want, if they don't kill her off in the next episode, for her to have more of a say in future seasons. But let's get into more meat at the episode. And this is heavy. Heather, someone who once stood firmly in the middle, is now shifting towards Fisk's anti-vigilante agenda. She literally says, I would vote Fisk if that means vigilantes are no more. We don't know her exact stance on his new enhanced cop force, but let's be real, it's clear. Surviving these two terrifying encounters with vigilantes, Muse and Daredevil, she's done. She wants peace. No more mask, no more chaos. And unfortunately, that means she's okay voting for Fisk. So, at his big black and white event, she shows up alone. She leaves Matt a voicemail angrily. She's at her breaking point. And you think that when eventually Matt shows up to the event, things will maybe get better or maybe they'll talk. No. Matt makes it worse. She confronts him, tries to talk to him, but Matt is focused on the mission. He's not listening to her. Meanwhile, he's, training his ears, trying to listen as much as he can on Fisk doing, pissing her off even more.
What were you thinking, Matt?
I know.
Him?
Yeah, it's hard to.
You know what? I don't care. It's fine. It's none of my business.
I'm sorry.
Whatever
I
you're...
apologize. Heather.
Matt, you have been checking out on me, disappearing physically and emotionally.
Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for the invitation. Ah, it's my pleasure. Would you like to talk in private? Of course.
Oh my God, you're not even listening to me, are you?
Yes, I am.
Just ignoring her in her eyes. Remember, she has no idea that Daredevil and Matt are the same. So she just sees her boyfriend zoning off in the distance when she's talking to him. And then even better, on the dance floor that Matt, forces her to go to. Halfway through the dance, leaves her side, leaves her in the arms of Fisk while he takes Vanessa by the hand. That's threatening her. He knows Fisk is dangerous, and he willingly left Heather in Fisk's arms.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mind if I cut in?
What a pleasant surprise.
I know it was you.
That's not cold. It's reckless. Matt is being so reckless in this situation. And this is when that shit finally happens. Fisk and Heather are talking, genuinely. And while Matt is spiraling deeper in his paranoia about who killed Foggy Nelson, Heather finds something in Fisk that Matt never gave her: understanding. Fisk let her speak and gave her support.
Your friend seems a little overly exercised this evening.
At first I was pissed off, but now I'm worried. This isn't like him.
You know, it's been said that keeping secrets can make us sick.
And here's the twist. As Poindexter, yes, Dex is still here, lines up a shot, and is about to take out Fisk, we learn that Fisk has nothing to do with Foggy's death. It was Vanessa all along. So Matt this whole season has been chasing Ghost, losing himself over revenge, ignoring his girlfriend Heather, ignoring his job at the law firm, ignoring the truth. And while Fisk, with Heather's help, has learned to let things grow with Vanessa, Matt has pushed everybody away. So yeah, they're falling out. That's on Matt. All of it. His refusal to open up after Foggy's death, his emotional walls, his obsession with revenge, it has destroyed every relationship he had left. And I mean, at this point, Cherry's kind of out. His law partner is kind of done with him. And the fact that everyone's piling up on Heather, meanwhile all these other dominoes are collapsing in Matt's life, is kind of sad. Give the actress a break. Give that character a break. Because let's be real. If Matt stays on this path, he does not deserve Heather. But hey, this is AK with the popular perspective. I felt like I had to, put my 2 cents out there. I've been kind of tired of seeing all those hateful tweets on Twitter. But I mean, if you don't like Heather and you have a totally understandable, realistic reason why, leave it down below. If you hated this, dislike it. But like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time.